how the police and our, public servants supposed to be our servants, protectors, have become weaponized. I've been swatted. I've been falsely arrested. I have been medically kidnapped. I have been falsely jailed. I have been committed and they couldn't find me, so they had to dismiss it because my brother tried to steal my $340,000 house to silence me, and I found him in ties with real estate. You're going to jail, bro. Listen to Tanawa.
Want, and I think the people want, is that proof. Vague laws to be created that weaponize law enforcement against your average everyday citizen. And it's not just people who are here undocumented, because, I don't want to sound cliche, but a threat to justice for one is a threat to justice for all. So, whereas we could be in pursuit of people who we believe are here without documentation, everybody else becomes collateral damage in that call. So we have to be very careful on how we draft legislation like this, because ultimately what we don't want to do is create fear in people that are here just to do the right thing, and just don't want to provide, right? Yes, sir. And ultimately, we don't want the Constitution that protects us, all of us, to be just a speed bump on our way to wherever destination we're headed. So I commend you, and I understand where you're coming from, and I also understand why you have the fear for your daughter that you do, because I have the same fear for my children. Right. Shannon? Thanks, sir. Now, down, come on. Sorry. Obviously, misread. Go ahead.
So my name is Tanawah Downey, and I'm a civil rights advocate litigator out of Washington, D.C. I have no problem with state Alabama creating a law that increases participation with the federal government with regard to customs operations. I think that that's a great thing that the state and federal government work together. However, we need to make sure that those agents of the state is acting consistent with the limitations of power the Constitution of the United States of America provides in the execution of their duties. Let me give you an example here. So the Constitution of the United States of America, Clause 1 of Amendment 5, that's obviously the overarching requirement that every state must follow, including your agents, as well as also customs and customs enforcement. But Clause 1 of Amendment 5, what it says that no person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise significant crime unless something is then before indicted in a grand jury. That's clear. You got to have indicted by a grand jury before I see someone holding over for a capital or heinous crime. If this crime is any crime is punishable by more than 1 year imprisonment in penitentiary. I think we all understand that. A lot of these people are being arrested by customs or being arrested on heinous crimes, and none of them have been indicted by a grand jury. This is an unconstitutional act. So the issue here is that if you guys permit your agents, law enforcement, sheriff's department, to work with the ICE agents, and those ICE agents are not following the constitutional obligations that they have enumerated within the Bill of Rights, and your agents are actually committing crime. Now, in avoiding a violation, when you pay someone to violate the Constitution, you can't do that. Certainly not when you receive federal funding. You can never pay someone to violate federal law when you receive federal funding. So, again, if your agents are simply relying upon the customs and customs enforcement to go out and do their duty, but customs is a breaching of obligation codified in the Constitution, then your agents are now implicated within that criminal act. So you need to make sure that your agents are aware of the constitutional obligations that they have, because if the federal government simply comes in and you guys assist them, that is the crime of conspiracy to deprive of rights, Title 18 U.S.C. subsection 242. It's also a violation-based crime of Title 18 U.S.C. subsection 242 and 241, which is deprivation of rights of the code law. So 242, what it says in person who, in color, of any state statute, ordinance, custom, or regulation, deprives any person of any rights to by the Constitution at that time. The conspiracy to deprive of rights, 241, what that says is when two or more persons conspire with the purpose of depriving any person of any rights to by the Constitution against that crime. So what we're saying, what I'm trying to say here is that you guys are responsible budgetarily for agents of the state, particularly the judiciary. And also the county jails. So these county jails are facilitating the holding of these immigrants or these people that are being arrested by customs. You guys are actually responsible budgetary for that criminal act to occur, and that is, again, a more than violation. You've never paid someone to violate the Constitution. So I think that you guys need to make sure that before you approve working with the federal government, that you look back at the federal government and make sure that they're obeying the Constitution of the United States of America. Because if they're not, and you permit your agents after being provided this notice, then criminal sanctions can come from that. We don't want to down that. I want everybody to understand that we're in the power of the Constitution. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I do have a notice of one paper here that I can provide you, and I would love if you guys could do that. So very much. Thank you. Appreciate you. Mr. Chairman, can I ask you one question?
Can ICE agents detain someone for being in the country illegally? If they have not committed a crime while they're in the United States, are ICE agents able to, do they constitutionally have the authority to detain someone who is in the country illegally?
They do, but if that arrest is deriving from an heinous crime, which is crime punishable by more than 1 year in prison in a penitentiary, then that arrest, that detainment is still unconstitutional. It still is a violation of Clause 1 of Amendment 5. And remember, the Constitution doesn't say all citizens receive it. It says all persons, right? No person shall be able to answer for a capital or otherwise seek crime unless on presentment or in the grand jury. So even the detainment, a person gets a question, one person. And I answer this or no. Thank you.
I'm trying to follow that. I think you said yes at first. They do have the right to detain someone, even if they've not committed a crime while in the United States, just for being here illegally. I think you said yes, but then you were making a point that if they have committed a crime here in the United States, that they need to be indicted by a grand jury, then you're saying they could possibly be being held.
The crime of being here within the United States isn't of itself a heinous crime. That crime is still infamous. There's still
What did you say?
it is still infamous.
Okay. So the answer is they can be detained.
They can be detained, absolutely. Oh, yeah. The powers exist, but they have to be detained consistent with the procedures and process that the Constitution demands.
Thank you, sir.
One more time, who are you with?
Justice without limits.
When you first came up here, you introduced yourself as being from Washington, D.C. And did you say you were
I'm a civil rights advocate out of Washington, D.C.
civil rights?
Yes, and all the information is right.
Oh, come on, give me a signal. That's TANAWAH, and he is helping along with Jessica Saxton to go serve these Alabama courts because they're stealing. I was swatted illegally on February 14th, 2 weeks after I reported Sheriff Horton and Kristen Sherman for illegal activities, and I am being biometrically trafficked, and my brother committed me illegally, and it was dropped because they couldn't find me because I was working in federal cases in Tennessee with the same things happening of people having their land grabbed and stolen with Tanya Thevernay up there in Seguinsville, Tennessee, under the police chief of James Hammond's protection. People are having CIA rings move in around them, put repeaters on their property, drive them crazy, do skits, hit them with microwave weapons, light assaults, poisonings. These are all things. My house was poisoned. Automatics, who shared this video with me, came to my house and was poisoned and now is blind and then have a neurologist trying to save her life. I'm in adrenal failure with a brain tumor, and I'm being assaulted and attacked by people that I thought were my own people. I don't know who to trust, but I can tell you one thing. Sherman, Horton, and my brother Craig Warren, and you, Angelova, need investigating because I know the truth, and so will the public very, very, very soon. You won't murder me. You won't destiny swap me. You're not going to traffic me not one more day. Human interface device, Medtronics, Respironics, Chamberlain, welcome to the lair. I found everything. The ham operator. I found your network. I found your IP addresses. I even found the Swift account and crypto wallet that I am being trafficked. Expect my fire.